Today we're going to be talking about learning how to read food labels, nutrition fact food labels. And I want to start with, I gave you guys a handout on the label. But what you want to do at the very beginning when you're looking at a nutrition food label, be sure the first thing you want to look at the serving size, because that makes a huge difference. So always look first at the serving size. And like this one, this is mac and cheese. The serving size is 1 cup. Then look at servings per container. So you always want to look at the serving size and servings per container. And then the next thing you would look at is the calories. To just see how many calories per serving and look at the container. And then I always like to see, because it's hard to figure out, how many, look at the calories from fat, because it has 110 calories from fat. If you want to get the total percentage of fat in this product, you take that total calories from fat and divide it by your total calories. So you take the 110 that says calories from fat and divide it by your total calories. And that would get you the percent fat from this product. So this product, macaroni and cheese, it would have, you take the 110 divided by 250, it would have 44% fat in this product. So that's the way to get the fat. And then if you look on the sides, you've got percent daily value, and that's based on how much you need of all the different nutrients. And if you compare it to the bottom of the food label, where it has the footnote, and it has it based on a 2,000 calorie diet and a 2,500 calorie diet. And so those percentages on the side will tell you how much you're getting of that amount of nutrient for the day, for like 100%. So with the macaroni and cheese, you'd be getting 18% fat out of the 100 for the whole day, 100%. So that's what those percent daily values mean on that. Did y'all know that on percent daily value?
Not every bit of it.
Okay, yeah. Some of it gets real confusing. It's just so many numbers right there. But also, if you notice on the side, it says 5% or less. So the percent daily value is 5% or less. That means it's probably low in that nutrient. If it's 20% or more, that means it would be high. So you kind of use that as a reference guide. And what you want to try to do, the nutrients that are, things that are listed in, outlined in yellow, that's the ones you want to limit. That's like fat, saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Those are the ones you want to try to stay, away from, get lower. And then the ones you want more of are the ones in blue, like fiber. You want more fiber and more of the vitamins that are listed down there. So, looking at that, the more of those, the fiber and the vitamins they have, the better the product is as far as looking at the reading label. And I put on your sheet, the bottom of it, about how many calories per gram each of your nutrients have. This way you can kind of figure out how many calories you're getting from each of your nutrients and also the percent. So say, if you look at, this is a 2% milk. I've got the label of 2% milk. And it's, the serving size is 1 cup. What you want to do, if you want to find out how many calories are coming from fat from that product, you look at, listed right here, there's 9 calories per gram for fat, and there's 4 calories per gram for carbohydrate and 4 calories per gram for protein. So what you do, you take your total fat, which is 5 grams, multiply it times 9, because there's 9 calories per gram in fat, and you get 45 calories. So that would give you how many calories is coming from fat from 1 cup of milk. So it'd be 45 calories. Then if you want to know the percent of fat for that product, you take that 45 calories divided by the total calories, which is 120. So 45 divided by 120 is 38. So 38% fat would be in that milk, from 1 cup of milk. And then the carbohydrates, since carbohydrates is 4 calories per gram, then you look at your carbohydrates, which is 11 grams for that serving. You say it times 4, which is 44, and divide that by total calories, and you come up with 37% carbs. So that cup of milk would have 37% carbs in that. And then the protein in the same way, times 4. There's 9 grams of protein. Say times 4 would give you 36, and 36 divided by 120 give you 30% protein. So basically, it's kind of averaged out. You've got about the same amount of fat, carbs, and protein, a little less protein. But that's the way, so you can take any food label, and if you want to know the calories, just take those numbers with fat being 9, 4, and 4 for carbohydrate and protein, and you can divide out and figure out how many calories and what the percent is on each of those. And if you're really trying to, watch how much fat you're getting, you want to, up your protein a little bit, or you want to watch your carbs, that's a good way to figure out, how many calories, what percent your food is from that. Like I said, I'll put it on the bottom of the sheet so that you can have that. And, when I got the calories, each one of those nutrients, proteins, fat, and carbohydrates, is 45, 44, 36. So the total calories was 125. Of course, they have 120, but they can be off, like, 5 or 10 calories. And so mine came out to be 125. Theirs is 120. So you can figure out how many, your percentage. And another thing with the label, you want to read, of course, the ingredients, what's in the ingredients, and it's going to list it from the most ingredient to the least ingredient. So whatever's listed, the first few ingredients, that's going to be what's in that product the highest. So, for example, this lists whole grain wheat. Well, this product's going to have the most of that ingredient. And then the next is sugar. So it's going to have a good bit of sugar because the second ingredient is sugar. And then after that, it's like glycerin and citric acid. But it's listed from the highest of that amount of ingredient to the lowest. So if you're really trying to watch sugar, you wouldn't want to eat this product. I assume it's probably like a granola bar, based on the ingredients of that. It's probably a granola bar. But so look at those first 3 to 5 ingredients to know what you're getting. If you want to try to watch what you're eating, that helps, what's in it. The nutrition label is going to be changing. FDA proposed a new nutrition facts label that will make it easier for people to read and understand. And they really want to reflect the links between what we're eating and chronic diseases like obesity and cardiovascular disease. So they're really trying to make it easier for people to read and understand. We've had the same label since 1993. Except in 2006, they made the manufacturers start adding trans fat to the label, so now they have trans fat listed. But we haven't had a new label since 1993, and from all the studies, people are reading more food labels. They're trying to read and understand, because people are trying to eat healthier, and so they're trying to make it easier. They proposed this new label in 2014, July 2014. So within the next 2 years, we're giving the manufacturers like 2 years to have it all changed with the new, and I'm going to show you what they're going to change. I've got a current food label and the proposed one. And the difference really, it's some good changes. If you notice on the current one, everything's real small written down there. But on the new one, the servings per container, it's like bold print and bigger, and the calories, that's really big. And then also the percent daily value, they put on the left side instead of the right, because this is so many numbers in here, so they put it on the left. And then also with the huge me, the added sugars, we don't have added sugars on our current food label, but then we'll start adding it to this one. It says added sugars, you got your regular sugars and your added sugars. So that means that they add any sugar to it, that'll be listed. Before, it's just listed under just sugars. So you don't know if they added, you had to read the ingredients to know for sure if they added sugar to it. So they'll put the added sugars and total sugar. And then also they'll put the amount of the vitamins that they're putting into it. Instead of just the percentage, they're going to put, like 260 milligrams of calcium instead of just like 20%. So they'll list how much. And then they're still working on trying to come up with what they're going to put on the bottom, but I think they're going to try to explain the percent daily value in more detail, what it means, instead of putting like what they've got now with the 2,000 and 2,500 calories. They're going to try to explain more explain the percent daily value on that. So it's some good changes that I'm trying to do. Okay. This, I have different things that I wanted to let y'all kind of try using a food label and see if you can figure out. I've got these questions up here, and I want you to answer what is the serving size, and I've got how many servings per container, how many calories per serving, what percent fat is in the product, and how much sodium, and how many grams of fiber. But looking at these labels, I wanted you guys to try to figure that out. So I'm going to hand these out. Now we'll turn the light on so you can see better. And there's only one that you'll really have to kind of calculate. So see if you can figure this out and from the questions up there. And that's for, I've got flaxseed meal and I have pumpkin seeds. See if you can figure that out. And we'll check it in just a minute. Okay, and you can just answer, if you can't answer one, that's fine, we'll have it. Serving size, did you have? Two. Okay, you did, okay. And servings, you got 41, what about calories?
I get 60 probably because I don't have a calculator.
Well, calories is 60.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 60 calories for 2 tablespoons. Okay, what about percent fat? That was probably the one that was kind of hard to get without a calculator.
Yeah. I didn't get that.
Okay. And how you would get that one is you divide your, whatever the fat calories are, divided by your total calories. And that would give you 67% fat. So there's a lot of fat, but it's a healthy fat because it's, you know, it's got omega-3 fatty acids in it, so it's a healthy fat. And then, is there any sodium, any salt? Good. And there's 3 grams of fiber, so that's pretty good. You like to see them, you know, at least 3 to 5 grams of fiber per serving is good. So that is a healthy thing. You add smoothies. Do you ever use flax seeds?
No.
Okay. It's supposed to help lower cholesterol. It's supposed to be a healthy thing. You can add cereals or smoothies. It's you can add to salads. It's supposed to be real healthy. It's a good brain. Okay, and then let's see. I have one right here. Okay. What's the serving size of pumpkin seeds?
Quarter cup.
Okay. How many servings?
6.
How many calories?
You trying to test me?
Yeah, I'm testing you. I'm making it harder for you.
160.
Okay. What percent fat's in the product?
Okay, I didn't calculate. I didn't have my pen.
How much sodium?
Sodium, 5 milligrams.
What about fiber?
1 gram.
1 gram? Okay. And,
Not bad.
yeah. So you passed 75% fat. You take your fat calories divided by your total calories. That would give you 75% fat. So nuts have a lot of, seeds and nuts have a lot of fat, but again, it's the good kind of fat. It's healthy plant fat. So that doesn't raise cholesterol. So you just, if you're watching your calories, they do have a lot of calories, so you just have to limit. But they're healthy. That's a healthy food, seeds and nuts. Okay. Any questions on labels or anything like that?